Moving on, and speaking of teenagers, all this week we're paying tribute to millions of volunteers who give up so much to help others. And tonight, Tash Exelby introduces us to an amazing schoolboy who started his own charity to raise money for fellow school kids a world away.
Dominic Mortimer's pretty much a typical teenager. He likes music, football, and definitely not cleaning his room. I mean, we're telling the people of Australia, hey, look at this 15-year-old guy who's saving Africa and his room is a bombshell!
I'm sure everyone has parts of their lives which they have yet to got together. My room's my part.
Here's what makes him different though. 3 years ago, before a family holiday to Africa, Dom wanted to raise some money for the kids living in the village he was visiting.
We've fundraised $500 because I've got a band of 12-year-olds and we played 2 concerts to buy 8 new desks.
Once we were over there and he was just touched. I'm going to start my own charity, and none of us had any idea it would just snowball so big.
For me, a lot of life's just about seeing the bigger picture. We saw what we could do with the money and just seeing what you can do to help.
Fast forward 3 years, he's now raised over 40 grand for his charity, Kids2Kids.
We have 2 main projects at the moment. Currently, I'm buying a school bus for St. Monica's in Tanzania, and I'm finding 100 sponsors for the 100 most needed kids at a school on Nairobi dump.
His vision is simple, but with plenty of purpose.
Because the kids, they love to learn. They want to get to school. The problem is they can't get there. They used to have an old rusty cattle truck, but it completely died out. So then the kids stopped going to school, then the teachers couldn't get paid, and the school just got smaller and smaller.
So Dom, we're at your school. We've met some of your friends. It's excellent news that you have friends. But they're not just friends, they're fellow volunteers, and a big part of what makes Dom's charity work.
I can't do it without these guys.
Yeah.
Without them, there's no cakes, there's no smiles, there's no laughter, there's no bus for these kids.
The support stretches right back to his primary school, who got behind his charity and keeps supporting it today.
Good to see you again.
How did you find out about Africa and what was going on? Did Dominic have a lot to do with that?
Yeah, Dominic has a lot to do with that because Dominic teaches us that it doesn't matter how old you are, we're still kids, but we can make a difference.
Every parent is biased, of course, about their children, but do you see the effect that he has on other people? I mean, I met the guy an hour ago and I love him. I think he's fantastic. Don't get freaked out by that, by the way.
I guess John and I, we really we love this world and we want our kids to fall in love with the world. So the way to do that is be engaged in a positive way.
So you gotta ask, what motivates a teenage boy to spend so much time helping children living on the other side of the world?
Love, I know it's probably one of the most overused words these days, but when you see these kids and play with them and they just pure love, that's all you can feel. That you can't feel anything less. They just change you.
As you can see, these are very curious children and they really touch your heart.
She said, call me now.
I want to be Dominic's friend.
He's cool. If you weren't smiling the whole way through that story, you just weren't paying attention.